Hello everyone, my name is Mostaphe and my teammates Isaac, Joy and I are here today to share about our final project in the data structures class. For our final project, we explore a very important data structure called graphs, specifically the breadth and depth first search algorithms. A little bit of a background, breadth first search and depth first search are the two most important algorithms that are used to traverse through a graph in order to find a node by using edges. As we can see on the screen, we have a diagram that demonstrates how to traverse down a tree from the root all the way down to the children nodes until all the nodes are visited by using the breadth first search and depth first search algorithms respectively. Now I would like to hand it over to Isaac, who is going to walk us through the breadth first search algorithm.
Okay, to use breadth-first search to traverse through graphs, we first begin from the root node, then move one level down left of the root node. After visiting the left node, we then visit the node to the right of the root node. Then we visit the children nodes of the left node. After exploring the children nodes of the left node, we finally visit the children nodes of the right node. In other words, we first start from 0, which is the root node, and then go to 1, and instead of going down to 3, we first visit 2 and then come back to 3, 4, 5, and finally 6. Now, in order to illustrate the breadth-first search algorithm, we came up with a real-life scenario. In some cultures, it is common that if a man wants to get married, he has to ask permission from all the family members of the bride. To do this, he will have to start asking for permission from the grandfather of the bride and then move down the family tree using breadth-first search. Now, let's see an implementation of this in real life. Now, as we can see, the groom starts to ask around for permission, starting from the head of the family, which is the grandparents, and goes down the family tree using breadth-first search. Upon approval of his request, every family member begins to leave the family tree to form a queue in the manner they approve his request. Now it's time for them to leave the queue and go back to their respective homes.
Now let's explore the other graph search algorithm, depth first search. For depth first search, as usual, we first begin from the root node, then move one level down left of the root node. After visiting the left node, instead of visiting the right node, we first finish visiting all the children nodes of the left node. We then go back to visit the right node and explore its children nodes. From this diagram, we start from 0, which is the root node, and then go to 1, and instead of going to 2, we visit 3 and 4 first. Then we go to 2, down to 5, and finally 6. Using our real life scenario earlier again, the groom now needs to gift every family member for his request to be completely approved. As the culture demands, the grandparent has to be the first person to receive the gift from the groom and then everybody else in the family tree. Now let's see an implementation of this in real life. Now, as we can see, the groom begins to give out gifts to each family member, beginning from the head of the family, which is the grandparent. But because the gifts are very heavy to carry around, he decided to finish all the children nodes on the right side of the family before going to the left side. Then every family member starts to stack their gifts in the order in which they received.